I don't follow VTubers anymore, and it's always the case, not even almost, it's always the case that when I hear about one of them, is because people come to me with it. And it's almost always the case that it's VShojo with some drama. And I believe the reason that HoloLive doesn't get the drama and why HoloLive gets to have its talent playing at baseball events is due to the fact that they actually vet their talent. I have heard that there were people who had to apply 5 times before getting into HoloLive. Meanwhile, VShojo is like, oh, you got an audience? Step right in. They would invite anyone. Anyone. Which is why I open my DMs and what do I see? I see Froot. It's like, who is this Froot? I don't know. But like, apparently there's drama. So I went to Asmongold to find out about the drama because there's no way I'm reading 90 pages of documents.
Let's see here. Oh, I saw this. So, oh my God. Oh my God. So this girl, she goes and puts out a Google Doc talking about basically it's a 90-page document, okay? Like literally.
I even tried feeding this to ChatGPT to summarize it. It's what I do these days. But the format that Froot uploaded this document in made it impossible to upload it to ChatGPT, so you'd actually have to read it. Now, here's the thing. When I grew up, our entertainers were actors, right? So we had Jackie Chan, we had Sylvester Stallone, we had Bruce Lee, we had Arnold Schwarzenegger. None of them added a 90-page document, and all of them went through divorces. So I assume like some of them would have negative and disparaging things to say about their spouses, but like they managed to control their shit. The female actors as well. It was almost like you didn't know the personal life of the entertainer that you're watching. And this is why I liked VTubers in the beginning as well. It's like, okay, you have this super sanitized platform, YouTube, where you can't talk about any subject, you can't even banter anymore. Everything is squeaky clean. You look at esports, no one is allowed to make any type of joke. Someone does the okay sign, they're escorted out of the premise because that's a white supremacy sign. Like, this was the era we lived in. And then you have Amelia Watson coming up and talking about how she wants to ground pound your mom and how she's slamming her fist in the desk every single time she loses at video games. And I'm like, you know what? That's authentic. That's actually a gamer. Like, that is an actual human being. That is fucking entertaining. And I don't know who she is. And that's the beauty of it. I have no idea who Amelia Watson is. I don't know how she looks like. I don't know her name. I don't know anything besides the fact that she's an entertainer. She's like Barney the dinosaur. You genuinely, literally do not want to know what's under the mask, right? So that was in the beginning. And now it's like, okay, so VTubing is this thing that people watch when they want to disconnect from reality, when they want some entertainment. Oh no, here's 90 pages of drama. Here's 90 pages of personal issues of stuff that are absolutely not relevant to the content on the screen, or they shouldn't be at least. And now you need to do your research, right? As if you do not have actual friends in real life with their own issues that you can help. I mean, this chick is a millionaire. What on earth can you do for her? What can you do for her that her bags of money cannot do for herself? I don't know. But like, again, you're supposed to read 90 pages of documents.
90 pages of this. So anyway, I know how valuable time is, and I won't take up too much of yours. You should have had that at the start rather than the end. And so she goes around and just talking about how she got abused and, like, you know, her last relationship was really bad.
Why don't they go to the police? Like, is Twitter the new police now? I understand, like, social media has trust and safety teams and whatnot. But look, again, too long, didn't read. If you can't summarize it, I'm not reading. But possibility A, it's really bad. And if it's really bad, why didn't you go to the cops? Possibility B, it's not illegal, in which case, why would I care? Like, you're not giving me money to care. You're not my friend. You're not, right? Like, we're not going out and we're not hanging around. We're not doing private Discord chats. We're not playing video games. Like, look, I already have a big number of friends and I do need to care about them. But unfortunately, as a human being, my care cup is actually limited. It's limited. I know. I wish I was like this empathetic creature that would care about literally every single person out there in the world. And that would be the perfect scenario. But maybe I was born broken and I can only care about a limited number of people. So I would rather dedicate my care towards the people that maybe don't have millions of dollars so that they can hire psychologists, psychiatrists, and other people that can help them, right? I can't do a better job, trust me. Like, there is nothing I can do that a trained psychologist can't do better.
Making people feel sorry for her, etc.
For context, almost every single initial reply is supportive of her.
And then people actually, there were apparently a dozen or so people that actually read all 90 pages. And after they looked into it, they found out that, in fact, she was the one that had cheated on her husband while he was on deployment. So
this is actually a very viral TikTok thing right now. I don't know why it is. And I'm thinking that maybe Froot has started this. I don't know, but like basically there's so many videos on TikTok that are getting millions of views where you have people cheating on others who are deployed in the military. It's like a thing now.
If you look at the engagements here, let's read some of these. And I'd be pretty mad too if my wife fucked 5 different men instead of me. She put out a twit longer begging for attention and looking for approval for cheating on her fucking husband.
The thing is, I understand there's even more drama surrounding this person. And again, like, how can these individuals be entertained by such a drama magnet? Again, Arnold Schwarzenegger, when I was a kid, wasn't talking about his problems with the US government and the taxes and then how his friends are backstabbing him and the abuse he's getting in his relationships. Like, none of that was public, right? Johnny Depp went through so much abuse. And we found it during discovery, during the trial, right? He didn't go around and say how his wife was beating him, and he wasn't talking about how his wife was shitting the bed. Like, we found that during the lawsuit, right? But before the lawsuit, like, we didn't know. And to be honest, I wish I wouldn't know. Because it's not my problem. He's not my friend. I don't go out drinking with Johnny Depp. We don't play video games together. Like, why do I care? Doesn't he have his own friends that they should care? So now, regarding Froot, apparently, this was interesting when I found out. During the Wizards game, the controversy with the Wizards game, it is my understanding that she actually joined in with the people that were attacking other VTubers for playing the Wizards game. And apparently, according to her background, she is 4chan oriented. So, you know, it is a little bit of a controversial figure, to put it mildly. But the thing with the tweet logger, right? Like this is the thing with the evidence dump. Well, first of all, I actually been through the Me Too era, not as a consumer, but as a content creator. And I did speak with other content creators, both accusers and accused. And while there were cases of people that actually spoke their story, there were also cases that I know, both first-hand and third-party, of people that were lying out of their ass in order to get clout. And they were laughing. It's like, look at the idiots believing everything I say. So that happened. And you can ask other content creators who also were behind the scenes. Because I spoke with managers from VTuber companies. And I know the drama that went in behind closed doors. And how many people were actually trying and going through their logs to find anything so that they can say in order to get the spotlight and get some subscribers. So, like, that's number one. This is why when I see accusations on the internet from people that I don't know, from people that I don't hang around with, I dismiss them out of hand. I'm not the cops. I don't have the resources to do discovery and to do investigation and to see if what you're saying is true or not. I cannot actually ask for all the logs to see all the context to form an opinion. Because here's another thing, right? You guys probably have parents, right? Like, you got a mother, you got a father. If I was to pay you $1,000 to go through your log history and make your mom look as worse as possible, how long would it take for you to do that? Like, just take, like, the worst conversations and try to paint your mom as an abuser, even if she's not. How difficult would that be to accomplish? Because I can tell you, it's not difficult. You can do it with any single person. Like for instance, I remember one of my exes from university. And she wanted me to go over to her because she was having a bad day. She was having a bad day. She wanted to cuddle a little bit. And I told her, no, I cannot do that because I have an exam. So she gets angry. One thing leads to another. She says she wishes I was dead and that I never met her, and then hangs the phone, right? A couple of days later, I managed to get a good grade on the exam, and she calls me, and we make up, and we go, and we have beautiful sex together. And she apologizes. Okay. Imagine if I took that conversation out of context and just put it online. How would it make her look like, right? And this is not even an extreme example. I can just go through my chat logs with my exes or other people that I speak with, and then if I just take selectively edited parts of conversations, like you don't even need to delete parts within the conversation, but you just need to like select the parts of the conversation that make you look good and make the other person look bad. And then if you compile it in 90 pages, yeah, you can make anyone look like a monster. So again, unless you know the person, unless you actually speak with them, unless you actually have context, and especially if you talk with the other guy, so you can get his side of the story as well. Because like that's how they do it in the justice system. It's not just the accuser that comes up and tells their story. No, like you actually get to listen to both the accuser and the accused in order to have like context and understand what was going on. And by the way, let me give you another thing that a lot of these content creators are doing. And I can tell you stuff behind the scenes. I won't give names. But there's this very popular content creator that was also saying that her husband was abusing her. And it's horrible, right? Like her husband has access to all of her accounts. He's got access to all her personal information, and she can't even withdraw money from the bank. So, everyone sided with her. But what people didn't know from behind the scenes is that the reason the husband actually has access to all of this is because she didn't know how to create a social media account. So she had to ask the husband to create everything for her. She didn't know how to use the internet in the beginning. She's an old streamer. It's back in the day that women thought computers are for geeky men. So like he actually created an entire social media account, and more than that, was pretending to be her in order to talk to her sibs so that her sibs can donate more money. And eventually the husband even hired more people to do this, right? Like this is what's happening behind the scenes. This is the fucking industry that most people don't even know about. And the reality is, like, when you have the context, you're thinking, oh, well, I guess he shouldn't have access to her bank account, but goddamn, like, she shouldn't get her husband to talk with people impersonating her so that they can get more money. They're both awful people. Why do I even care? Why do I even get involved in their drama? Like, they're so awful, none of them would be my friend. And this is the thing, right? Like, when you actually know the stuff, you become less trustworthy, you become more skeptical. And it's also the stuff, it's like, I don't know these people. Like, even if I wanted to help them, I wouldn't be able to. It's like you're telling me about a millionaire lady from the United States of America that has a job that most people in the world would dream of having, and she's having issues that she can't solve with her own cash. It's like, I don't even have a tenth of the finances and resources that she does, so how can I help? Why should I get involved? But by the way, like, I see people consuming themselves with this shit. Like, I see people on my server, like, reading the logs, and it upsets them. It generally upsets them. And I'm like, why are you doing this to yourself? Like, you're not going to be able to fix the issue. You're just reading this drama. It's making you upset. It's making you agitated. And for what? Watch a cat video, for God's sakes. Watch something else. Do something good. Why do you go on the internet to charge yourself with all this negative energy? It's like, oh, are things that are bad happening in the world? Right. Do you know there's Mexican cartel videos and worse shit? I'm just saying, like, from a scale of 1 to 10, it's bad, but it's like, there can always be worse. Like, what are you going to do from now on? Are you just going to watch all these awful videos from the internet and try to internalize the drama? Like, is this the... I'm going on a rant now. I shouldn't. But seriously, like, I generally think things differently simply because I actually know what's happening behind the scene in the industry. And when I see stuff like this, I'm like, well, do I know these people? The answer is no. Why would I care then? Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.